I have written many letters of recommendation in my years as an educator and coach. I have even written letters for students who really didn't deserve it. But Vivian was definitely not one of those. Vivian worked harder in school than many of the white English-speaking students who didn't know the struggles of others. Vivian taught herself English in 1 year when many have been stuck in ELD programs since kindergarten, never reaching complete fluency in multiple languages. However, Vivian viewed bilingualism as a sort of superpower. She knew more of the world and more words to describe things that don't have a word in only one language. She could express emotion, study, and communicate so much wider than her monolingual peers. What is a walled obstacle in some students' lives, Vivian used as a stepping stone, climbing further and further up the ladder to her goals. Vivian wanted to be a doctor, an English-speaking, bilingual, brilliant, and talented pediatrician. For many white, privileged students, this dream is not one that you might be surprised to hear. But coming from a Spanish-speaking, adopted Latin beauty from Mexico, many people's reactions involved cocked heads to the side and surprise marking their faces. A doctor, huh? That's an amazing goal for someone like you. Wrapped up in my own struggles at the time, I almost forgot about writing Vivian's letter of recommendation until she reminded me in class one day. Thankfully, this was not a difficult letter to write. Motivated, takes risks, extremely bright, creative, passionate. My letter didn't have to contain the other labels Vivian wore daily of Mexican female, immigrant, adopted. She had the makings of a perfect candidate for an internship at McKee Medical Center to gain experience in the medical field. Her excitement was contagious as we discussed the opportunities and the doors this would open for her in the field of medicine. But the doors were never opened. One day, Vivian was in my room in tears. "I can't get it," she sobbed. "You didn't get the internship?" I questioned, completely surprised. "No, I can't get it," Vivian answered. She was a recent immigrant from Mexico in the process of being adopted by her American-born stepfather, but she didn't currently have a Social Security number to provide for a background check. 9 digits were the only thing that kept her from an amazing opportunity. I will always regret that I never called to plead for Vivian's character on my own. What could a background check on a 14-year-old possibly show? Here I was, the white, middle-class teacher who didn't have any answers. Worse yet, I couldn't begin to empathize with this situation. I had never experienced anything like it, being born into the family I was. I received many opportunities I didn't have to work very hard to get. I couldn't heal the hurt that Vivian experienced when she was put behind others who probably didn't deserve the opportunity as much as she did. Unfortunately, Vivian will face struggles in an unfair system for her entire life. Thankfully, I know she has the tenacity to overcome them, and she will probably be the one I call some day in the not-so-distant future in the middle of the night for advice with my baby's 104 fever. But she will work twice as hard to earn the degree that will adorn her office wall. Vivian's resilience is not uncommon in our education system, but the place where the resilience comes from is one that could be alleviated for many students in the future.